and I figured I would hop online because it has been some time. I have been slacking with regards to getting the vlogs posted. I have been slacking with posting in general, and I'm okay with that. I am totally okay with that. Typically, I would, oh, yeah, bonjour. I would typically, so good to see you. I would typically feel the need to explain why I haven't been present or why I haven't done certain things. But I'm learning now that no is a complete sentence. Let's just say that. And that sometimes you just don't want to do stuff. And bonjour, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. It is 2:47 here p.m. and I am dressed. I am dressed today, and that's why I just decided to hop on because I it has been quite some time. I am so happy to see you. I am dressed, and that is such a big deal. I keep saying that because I don't get dressed often. I do not get dressed. Bonjour! I do not get dressed often. Yeah, it's so sometimes we really do. We have to take it easy. And that is something that I am learning to be okay with. Because depending on how you grew up, you always feel the need to always be on. You never want to relax. Like relaxation, it's a bad word. It's just something you don't do. You don't rest. And I have been working a lot. It's been a lot going on behind the scenes, but all of which I've been able to just stay in my pajamas. And I love that for me. I feel like it's a common misconception. Bonjour! I feel that it is a common misconception that I enjoy getting dressed. I, in fact, do not. I love being in my robe. That makes me so happy. Being in my robe, and I have multiple robes. Like my housewear game is off the charts. I absolutely love just not getting dressed. I don't think you all understand like those outfit of the days that I record. It takes a lot out of me because if I'm getting dressed, I know I have to go somewhere. I know. Today I had a lot of meetings, a bunch of virtual calls in which it was in my best interest to turn the camera on. I am definitely one of those people. If I don't have to have the camera on, I won't. I'm that person. I am that person. And today, just because of the framework of the meetings, it was best that I turn my camera on. So I had to. It's 6:40. Oh, I am so happy. Oh, merci. I appreciate it. And that's the thing. I do. I love style, of course. My degree about I won't say 80% of my careers have been in fashion and style and design, but it is just not something that I wish to do. I if I could just wear my robe every day, I will be totally fine with that. I will be totally fine with not getting dressed. Like I feel like Hugh Hefner at this point. I only get dressed when I have to. When I have to. And today was one of those days. I miss you all so much. I miss you all so much. I am in the process of editing a vlog right now that's going to post. It is I just stopped counting the weeks because I've been in Dubai now for 2 months. And initially, the vlogs were supposed to be posted weekly, and it would have been Dubai week 1, 2. You get it. That's just not how it worked out, and I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. So the vlog that I'm working on now, it is going to span about 3 weeks or so, and I'm questioning if I just want to finish out August, just have the vlog that I'm working on. I do. I miss you all so much. I do. And when I posted the last reel that I posted, which was a joke. Oh my goodness, you all have really got to learn how to take jokes. It's a joke. It was a joke. And if you know the reel that I'm referring to, it was a joke. I even said that in the captions that it may have been a joke. No, but the vlog, I'm going to get that vlog posted today. And I'm almost finished. I just need to think about, and it's about 2 hours. This vlog that we'll post today will be 2 hours, which all things considered is a relatively short vlog. My vlogs, the last few, have been 3 hours or so. Like it's insane. It's a featured film at this point. My vlogs, which has been really good. You have a degree in fashion as well. Yeah, it's one of those things. I feel that it is a lot of pressure when I feel certain disciplines. When you work in certain fields, people expect that to be your entire. I just dropped my safety pin, and that was my safety blanket. Like I fidget, so I need to have something in my hand. I'll use this. Certain careers, certain professions, people expect for that to be your entire identity, your entire life. Um, Hairstylist. Let's take that into account. If you are a professional hairstylist and you just wear a ponytail, to me, that's a good indicator that you are an amazing hairstylist. But I feel that when you are in the fashion industry, people expect you to just always be dressed, always have that ish on, to just always, that's just, I like lounging. I really like lounging. I feel like I feel like I want to design my own just houseware line. I think that's in the making right now because that's my happy place. That has been my absolute happy place. So yeah, I wanted to hop on just to one see how you all were doing, check in. You a teacher, yeah. So and I feel like, but so that's a good example. I feel like when you clock out, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're a teacher. I feel like if I meet a teacher in the wild, I wouldn't have expectations, so to speak. I feel like once you leave school, you're done with your job. Certain professions, once you leave the premise, once you clock out, once you close the computer, you're done. But other professions, it's supposed to be a lifestyle. Does that make sense? I just feel that certain careers, it becomes your identity. And teachers, I feel that that's one of those things. Once you leave the building, that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get the vlog posted today. If you are not, that's so true. I'm all grown up in a day of makeup and late. Yeah, it's 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 one of those things. It is one of those things where one of my disciplines, one of my careers, I'm a mortician. No one expects for me to look like Wednesday from that Adams family outside of, I don't know, maybe that's a bad example because people are always shocked when I tell them that I'm a mortician. Yeah, that's a good example too. Being a model. Yeah, if you are a model, I feel like that's your identity. People will side eye you if you're eating fries, ice cream, anything unmodel esque. But c'est la vie. Yeah, today has been a really, really good day, and I am so thankful for that. I don't take these days for granted. Bonjour. I do not take these good days for granted, and I am learning that on these days when I am feeling very well, that I need to get as much done as I can, which is why I decided to hop on because not every day is a good day. And I am becoming more and more okay with that. Being in Dubai for 2 months, yesterday was my 2 month anniversary. My 2 month anniversary here. Being in Dubai this time has given me space to really feel the entire range of emotions. If you are a vintage mess like me, you all know I want to be happy. That's the emotion that's my default, well, outside of anxious, but I just always want to be happy. I always want to be happy. And if for some reason I'm not, The bestie was calling. Okay. If for some reason I'm just not feeling happy, it ruins my entire day. So since I've been here, I have been learning to manage not being happy and being able to function with that. I don't know if that sounds weird or not, but on days when I just was not happy, that would ruin my entire just energy for the day. It will be hard for me to show up in certain spaces. It will be hard for me. And one of those spaces being online. If I wasn't happy, I didn't get online. I didn't create. I didn't do any of those things. This time here, because I'm feeling so many emotions at any given second, and I still have stuff I need to do, I am learning that it's okay. It is okay to feel uncomfortable. It is okay to merci. It is okay. This is I got this from it was these kids in Baltimore. I don't know if you're from the city. I don't know if this is any city, but the squeegee boys, are you all familiar with that term? The squeegee boys? The squeegee boys. So they are young boys who, when you are at the stoplight, they'll come and clean your window if you let them. And so like most people, I don't have cash. And so the young guy, he came up to my window, the squeegee boys. Okay. So the young boy, he came up to my window, and I'm always tell them no, like absolutely not, because I don't have money and I feel bad if you perform a service and I cannot pay you, and I want to pay them. Like I want to pay them. So the young kid came over to wipe my window, and I was waving no. I'm from DC, the guys. Okay, yeah. So the squeegee boys, and I'm telling him no, 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 no. So I always, even if I tell them no, I roll down my window and I speak to them. I always speak to the young boys outside. Like I do. That's my thing. So when I rolled down the window, I told him, I said, no, no, I don't have cash. I don't want, don't waste your time, pretty much. Go to someone else, but I want you to have a good day. So he said, you don't have the cash, but you have the looks. This little young boy. So he proceeded to clean my window and drew a heart. And he said, going back to the how you, I guess your profession follows you sometimes. And I guess this is a bad analogy because I was always fly. I was always fly. I know, young boy trying to pull up. Yeah, they're everywhere. Gonna tell me, oh, you don't have money, but you got the looks, and drew a heart on my windshield. So he looked in the car and he was like, oh, you fly. Like you put that ish on. And I love that he didn't curse. That made me so happy. These young boys, oh, they're so fresh. So fresh. Like my son, I'm sure, is older than him. So he proceeded to say, oh, you're fly. He said, I want to get into fashion. This story is going somewhere. I know you mentioned, oh, shoot, do I have a meeting? Oh, 1 hour. Okay. So he said, oh, you're fly. Are you into fashion? And I told, it really did. It made my day. It really did make my day. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. It did make my day. I was like, oh, I still got it. Bow, bow, bow. So he said he was into fashion. And I told him, I said, that's what I do. This is what I do. And he said, oh, I have some dresses in my book bag. So I pulled over and parked. This is in Baltimore City. I pull over. And it looked like a scene from The Wire. I pulled over and parked to talk to him. He went in his book bag and he had all these dresses, this being one. This was one of the dresses he had. And he had Cashapp. Like he took Cashapp. So I went ahead and I got the dress from him. And I told him that I would help him with his social media branding. He gave me his social media page. It was something ridiculous. Young body counts, young, I don't know, young killer. It was so crazy. I said, I cannot help you with that. You message me when you create a new Instagram profile. You can keep your, whatever page that is you have, you can keep that. But if you want me to help you, and I will help you, you have to create a new Instagram account. Once you create your new Instagram account, I will tag you. I did. So I said, I will tag you. Once you create a new Instagram page, I will tag you. I will help you with your branding. I will do all of these things for free for you. You're a young black boy, inner city. Like I see you. I see what you're doing. I would do it. Oh yeah, he was on it. And so he never messaged me. He never messaged me. I don't know his real name. And I am trying not to turn into my mayor, just thinking the absolute worst. But when I looked on the page that I remember, like the young killer cam, something, whatever the name is, I don't see him posting anymore. And and this was 2 years ago. This was 2 years ago. So I often, like, I definitely, I keep him and all of the young kids in my prayer to, bonjour from church. Okay, we about to talk about church, okay? This made me so happy. The amount of mezzanine. Let me get back to the dress. So the dress, I purchased this dress from a squeegee boy, one of the squeegee boys in Baltimore, because I looked like I was in fashion. Yeah, I told him I would help him. I would help him with his online strategy. I would help him with branding. I would tag him. I would do all of those things. But my one requirement is that he changed his name. I'm not promoting that. I have not heard from him. This was, yeah, actually, it was longer than 2 years ago. And I'm just praying for the best. I am praying for the best. But a mezzanine from Dubai hopped on. I did not realize how many mezzanine I had in the Emirates. I have not been going out much. Oh, bonjour, Greta. I have not been going out much, but the times that I have been going out, I have been meeting mezzanine. And it makes me so, yeah, isn't that crazy? This was not planned. So when I was in church, I went to church. I have been going to church, and I love that for me. I have needed to, since being here, I have needed all hands on deck. I have needed all hands on deck. And Jessica, I thank you so much for just like she came over and said, bonjour, mes amis. My entire heart, as if, because you always feel that the pastor is amazing, Dr. Loretta, she is an entire vibe. You always feel that the pastor is speaking to you. So to hear the sermon, to feel the sermon, and then to know that mes amis were in the building. I mean, I feel bad for saying gang gang because we're talking about church, but you get it. But it was so amazing. I had no clue how many mezzanine I knew here, and it's so it's refreshing. It is welcoming. It is I know. Don't tell her I said gang gang, but we in there. Bow bow bow. It made me so happy being in church and knowing that, like, I'm not alone. And that is a part of being an expat when you don't have, I have my sister here, of course, but it is still, you're so silly. But it is a level of loneliness. Like, my kids are not here with me right now. It's a lot of transitioning, all present, past, current, all of the things. It is a lot. So having a church community has been amazing. I have been welcomed with open arms. And Jessica, so since we here, we going to kiki. I was telling a dear friend of mine the other day, stop assuming that people know the Bible. I am trying. I am learning, okay? I am learning. I am learning. But this whole fill in the blank in church services, I just can't. I just can't. Jessica, chime in. You were there. And I'm sure you're more well versed in the word than I am. But I'm sitting there exactly, I get the answers wrong. I kept getting them wrong. And so, if you have never been to a Christian church, and depending on what kind of denomination, because I grew up so many things, grew up 7 Day Adventist, I grew up Catholic, I grew up so many things. I'm like, you are killing me with the fill in the blank. You are killing, like, I am dying. I am literally dying right now. And then I want to participate. You know, I'm all about crowd participation. And I kept getting it wrong. So the pastor, she's like, and we're all going to take this walk in, and then points to the crowd. And I'm like, in faith. And it's like, in truth. And I'm like, dang. So then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get the next one, because I'm low key super competitive, super competitive. So then, don't you tell her I said this, Jessica. Jessica goes to church with me. Yes, and then it kept, like, it kept going. So everyone else, and I'm trying not to compete, because this isn't the time or place. Like, this is church. Why am I competing with folks? But I'm like, all right, bet you got me. Jesse 0, Pastor 1. All right, it's not gonna happen again. So then she's preaching, and she's preaching, and it's, because you can always turn to the Lord, and I'm like, your time of need, and it's like, and it will be something totally different. It is killing me. So this morning, I said, I'm going to do an extensive Bible. I have embarked on my own journey of just getting more well versed with the Bible. She was killing me. And so now, we can't laugh when we're at church. Because when she does that fill in the blank, I'm going to turn around and look for you. It was killing me. And I kept getting them wrong. And I feel like I'm typically pretty good with context clues. I feel like I know where the conversation is going. Oftentimes. Not in the place of worship, I don't. Because I was so far off with those things. It was embarrassing. It was so, and I'm like, can we stop? Like, I don't want to play this game anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. Just tell me what I need to know. I don't want to play this game anymore. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. I want to learn. And then I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's on the screen. Maybe the answer is on the screen. Maybe I'm not reading quick enough. No, like, you just have to know this stuff. So Jessica, I may be in children's church the next time, because I feel like I could handle my own in the children's church. No, but it has been amazing. It has been amazing. Just having this time to explore different parts of me that I'm not going to say I didn't feel comfortable. I just did not have the space to do so. And I know, I'm telling you, it ain't safe back there. If they know the answers, I'm leaving. If they know the answers, I'm leaving. She does have a Bible study, and I'm going to hop on. Oh, tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna hop on tomorrow, because I have to be prepared. I have to be prepared, because now it's a competition, and I shouldn't be competing with people at church, but I'm definitely 0. I'm gonna say 4, because it was 4 fill in the blanks during the service, and I got them all wrong. And I felt that I knew where the conversation was heading. I didn't. I'm gonna be ready Sunday, okay? We deserve to rediscover ourselves. We do. We do. We really do. And it is something that I do not take for granted. And it is a blessing. Like, it is truly a blessing. And that is where church has been coming in like clutch. It's really been helping me during this time. And if you are a vintage mezza me, you all know that I always say that I need all hands on deck. I believe in manifestation. I believe in the power of words. I believe in the energy you put out. I believe in that. And, I do believe in a higher being. I believe in all of those things. And this is not to tussle in the comments with anyone. These are just my beliefs. Whatever it is that makes you a good person, I don't care. Whatever it is that you do that make you a better person for you first than everyone else, I don't care. I don't care what you call it, how you refer to it. It's just none of my business. That's between you and your maker. But this has been such an interesting journey. It really has. And I don't know. It's a lot happening right now. It is a lot happening right now. And it is a blessing. And I have had to remind myself of just how blessed I am, because there are so many things that we all, and I've said this time and time again, that we all tend to take for granted. Wi-Fi right now, smartphones, you waking up. And as a mortician, I can tell you a lot of people did not wake up. A lot of people did not. So just waking up in and of itself is such a blessing. Then you go into waking up with a sound mind, or in my case, partially sound, waking up with the physical ability to move. Like, there are just so many things that we feel are a given, and it's not. It is not a given. You are not entitled to any of these things. You are not entitled to wake up. You are not entitled to wake up and be able to function. You are not entitled to any of those things. It is a gift. It is a blessing. And we have to remind ourselves that. And when I say we, I am really talking to me. And since being here, I had been heavily focusing on all the things that I don't have right now. I had been focusing on all of the things that I do not have, and that has distracted me from realizing just how blessed I am. And going back to church has been so amazing. So amazing. If you all ever saw any of my vlogs, avec ma mère, my mère was an extremely God-fearing woman, very much so. We had really big differences in a lot of differences with regards to that. But anyway, you know her. So it this has I feel more connected to her. I wish that she could have seen this journey. I know on a spiritual level she is still there, but in this space that I'm in now, like, I really would have loved for her to physically witness this. And it's been beautiful. It has been so just amazing how the power of your thoughts can shift things, how the power of um, opening up, sharing that you need help, sharing that you need help, even, something as small as like telling the pastor, I need additional prayer. I need additional prayer. I need this. I need that. That is just something that I have never felt comfortable doing, because I, like many of us, may feel that we always had to be super person, superwoman, superman, whatever. We have always been the person that everyone else came to. It has felt good to lay my burdens down. See, I got that from the Bible. I got that. It's been a really good journey, and I am thankful for this. And I have to remind myself that every day, because it is becoming increasingly harder. It is becoming increasingly harder to focus on the blessings, because I'm human. My mind is constantly going to what I don't have, what I need, what I want, constantly, constantly focused on that, that I'm not showing gratitude for what I have. And I have so much. We all do. We all do. And it's not even in a tangible sense. It's not a material thing. It's not about any of those things. And you know it's not material, because if you are a vintage mezzanine, you know that I'm not shopping this year. So I'm not acquiring new things. I'm acquiring new experiences with me, new spaces, new just the evolution has been dope. It is uncomfortable, very much so. Very uncomfortable. Ah, bonjour! Very, very uncomfortable, but it has been a blessing. And I have to tell myself that every day, for me to be able to do this, it is a blessing. It is. And I am just, I'm so thankful. And I hope that we all today can give thanks about something. I've even been doing that with regards to my gratitude, which I have fallen off. I was doing so well with my gratitude because I don't, I'm realistic. I know the chances of me journaling for extended times, that's just not something I'm interested in. So I started every morning and every night writing a gratitude list. Just three things that I was thankful for. I would do that every morning and at night. I haven't done it in so long. I need to get back on it. I really do. But it makes a difference. Looking back at, I started doing this last month. When I started going back, looking at the things that I was thankful for, it it reminds you that things aren't as bad as you think they are. And it's sad that we have been conditioned to what is going on here? I need my bouncers. Okay. I lost track. I'm inviting people into the block party. You all let me know. I have a meeting at 4. It's 3:15 now. I would sustainability be? Yes. Yes, it would be. Absolutely. It is. It is. Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm happy to see you all. I'm happy that you all joined. I am happy to be happy. I do not take that for granted. That is something that I no longer take for granted, because I shared this in a very, I won't say old live, but maybe 2 months or so, like a month ago or so, I was sharing that I always thought that happiness was my default emotion. I am learning that it is not, that it is definitely a choice. Happiness is a choice, unless, of course, you need hormonal medication that's not including you. But happiness is a choice, and I have been having to choose it. And that to me has been so difficult, because I am just so used to just always being happy, that now that I'm not, it's hard for me to even process these emotions, because these are just emotions that I didn't feel. Like, of course I felt sad. There were times that I felt sad, but not feeling happy. Like, I wasn't sad. I just felt it was just a weird feeling. Let me say, just by thinking, if only we woke up, and the things that we thank God for yesterday, a lot of inspiration will come to our mind. Absolutely. So I've been doing that. Oh, bonjour. What are you doing? Ariana, what are you doing here? What you doing over there on that platform? I'm used to seeing you over here. It always, because I remember screen names. That's one thing, one of my very quirky traits. And Mezami are always shocked, because there are Mezami that I will reference things when I first started content creating. Like, there is a Mezami here, Jess. I feel like in 2020, my really, really big pearl earrings, I got those in Paris so long ago from a flea market. I still remember that she went to Paris. So whenever I'm in Paris, I go back to that flea market and I try to find them. And I'll randomly message her, like, bonjour, boo. I went by the market. I still did not see the earrings. And she's like, you remember that? I remember. I remember. So I hope that you all are well. I hope that you all are choosing happiness. And I just hope that we all take time to count our blessings because we have so much to be thankful for. I didn't discover, there's so many things that we take for granted. Good knees. Good knees. I did not know how much of a flex that was, okay? I didn't know how blessed I was to have good knees, okay? Tea, bonjour, boo. Good knees is such a blessing because your girl, I go to church on Sunday and ladies' night on Wednesday. I found a Jamaican spot. I found a Jamaican spot. Your girl is out here dirty whining, okay? And everyone's so impressed. Everyone is so impressed with the knees. I just thought, I did not realize this was a gift bestowed upon moi. So I even have to give thanks about that. I have to give thanks. I have to give thanks. You know? Oh yeah, the Jamaican. Oh my God, it's a restaurant and they have a really good knees and a good back. Yes, I mean your girl. What? Still in good form. Okay, you heard the squeegee boy. You heard what the squeegee boy said. Yeah, so I haven't found any Haitian spots here, but that's fine. Anywhere from the diaspora, I'll do. But the Jamaican spot is such a vibe, and there's another one that I've been told about that I have not been to, but I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check it out. Like I have to spread the love, okay? I have to spread my blessing, my good news. I have to spread it around town. I have to spread it around town. No, but I love you all so much, and I just thank you for just being here. You all are amazing. I know I'm behind on comments. It is taking me a lot longer because I'm going through so much personal stuff. Like, it's a lot. It is a lot, okay? But I'm doing the best I can, and I am accepting that the best I can do is the best I can do. And that's it. Now I said this before. Not every day is going to be 100% day, but if all you have is 60 and you gave 60, that's 100%. If you have, all you have is 60 and you gave 55, that's 95%. Like, you gave all that you have. So that is what I am being so gentle with myself, that knowing I am not always on 100. I am not always on 100, and whatever I give, that's the best that I could give. And you all have just been so patient with me. I appreciate that. Bonjour. I appreciate that more than you know. I thank you for that. I do. Your life and well being goes first. It's so true. It is so true. And that is one of the difficult parts, I will say, about being so forward facing. So, a lot of what it is that I do, it requires me to be present, physically be present in front of a camera, to be online, to be those things. And there are times when it's difficult for me to be there for myself. So the thought of having to be there for anyone else, it is very, very difficult. It is. But when so much of your business, so much of your brand, so much of what you do requires you, it's a new level of just stress. It's a new level of pressure. It is a new level that I just never considered before. Any other profession that I have been in, I wasn't the product, so to speak. And I mean, let's just say what it is. A lot of what I do, it is me. I am the product. I am the commodity. And when I am not in a space where I feel like I can show up, business kind of suffers. There's a million people who could do brand strategy, who could do marketing, who could do communications, who could do those things. But people come to me because I'm me. And when I'm not feeling like me, it is, there you go. Bonjour, boo. Mother just joined. Bow, bow. We were talking about the good knees. You must have felt it. You must have felt it in your spirit. No, but when so much of what you do is contingent on you being always happy, you always being, the light, the all of those things, when you are feeling anything but, you feel that you are disappointing. Not only do you feel that you just let yourself down, you feel that you have let other people down. And it's hard. It is really, because I don't like disappointing people. I am such a people pleaser. That's just how it is. So me learning how to say no, period, poo. I always feel like I have to say poo after. Me learning how to say no has been one of the hardest things ever. Hardest things ever, because I always say yes. I am just such a people pleaser. Such a people pleaser, but this person, your girl here, is unpleased often, okay? Very much it's giving unpleased, because I'm always so concerned with pleasing everyone else. So it has been so hard for me not to feel that I'm being selfish, because that is such a bad word. It is such bonjour. It is such a bad word. Depending on how you grew up, taking care of yourself is just something that you don't do. You are always there to perform for other people, to provide for other people, to be there for other people. But it's like, who's there for you? We're not taught that. And I'm saying we, but perhaps it's just me. I wasn't taught that. I wasn't taught how to take care of me. Everything that I did, it was for the service of other people. And that's how I started getting my joy, was from making other people happy. If I can make this person happy, if I can make this person love me, if I can make this person, the personal business, I'm telling you, it is so much. And this is my cousin. I should have inquired if it was okay for me to say that. So many of us have been socialized to bonjour. So many of us have been socialized to put other people first. And our happiness, our self-worth, our so much of who we are isn't even based on us. It's based on how we have made other people feel. And when those people no longer feel those things about you, it is devastating. It is devastating. And that's why it is so hard. It has been so hard, and it continues to be. It's not over. I'm still living this. It is so hard right now, me being in this space, feeling, because so much of my joy, so much of my identity for these past few years have been, bonjour, good morning, has been social media based. And I tell people this all the time when I do consultations, shameless plug, I do one-on-one, like, social media coaching, like helping brands, content creators, if you are looking forward to being online. I tell people this all the time. I say it in my strategy calls, but I say this in real life too. You cannot let your self-worth be based on the praise of others, the negative things or the praise. A lot of times we have this notion, oh, I don't care what people think of me. You do. Because if you didn't care, you wouldn't even say that. Someone who does not care what people think about them does not say, I don't care what people think about me, because guess what? You're not even thinking about other people thinking about you. Can I get an amen? Like, you don't. We are communal creatures. We care what people think about us. We care what people feel about us. We care about all of those things. And me being a people pleaser, that's all I care about. That is all I care about, is how other people feel about me. So much of my identity has been based on how I made you feel. So much. Is it church every morning? Yes. Look, pass the collection plate, okay? Pass it. But when so much of your identity is based off of making other people feel valued, making other people feel happy, making other people like you, and you know where this is going, or maybe you don't. See, I'm getting like the preacher now. I get it. I get it. Why the preachers want you to fill in the blank. I get it now. When so much of your identity is based on pleasing other people, oh, I love it. Yes. Buy a badge. Buy a badge. Pass the collection plate. When so much of your identity is pleasing other people so that they can, assure you that you are amazing, you're a good person, you're such a joy to be around. When you don't get that, it is devastating. It is devastating. And being in this space now where I am saying no, it has forced me to see a different part of people, because everyone loves you when you're saying yes. Everyone, and I'm telling you this, everyone loves you when you are fulfilling every need of theirs, when you are just giving what you don't have to people. Everyone loves you. But when you start telling people no, that's when you really get to see how people have felt about you. Because that one no didn't make them just change everything. Oh, merci for the badge. I appreciate that, love. Merci. When you start telling people no, so that has been the difficult part with this transition too, is me telling people no now, and I am learning how people have felt about me. And it's hard because my entire identity, for as long as I can remember, has been based on pouring into other people, making other people happy, making other people feel good. And now that I am not doing that, i.e., saying yes to any and everything, it is so hard. Like, I brace yourself. If you feel that you want to embark on that journey of starting to saying no, period, you have to be prepared. And no one prepared me for this. And that's the delulu part of being online, is that people have all these concepts, all these notions. You get so much information. Oh, no is a complete sentence. Put yourself first. You have all this, and then your algorithm starts feeding you that, and you are influenced. You are influenced to start saying no. You're influenced to start putting yourself first. You're influenced because every time you open your merci for the badge, I appreciate that so much. Every time you open these apps, you are being fed your fuel. Focus on yourself, say no, prioritize, do this, do this. But once you close that app and you are your reality, and people are disassociating with you, people are not liking you, people are not giving you what you are used to receiving, it is hard. And I was not prepared for that. That is the part of self-care, of setting boundaries, that people do not talk about. And I wish someone had told me this, because I would have been better prepared. Social media, the internet, everything makes it seem so easy to set boundaries. Oh, just set the boundaries. Tell people what you will and will not allow, and they have to figure it out. It is not that easy. And it is not that easy, again, when so much of who you are has been based on making other people happy. When people are not happy with you, it is devastating. Devastating. And I'm telling you this from personal experience. So if you feel that you are on the cusp of focusing on self, of doing all those things, you need to be mentally prepared. You need to be mentally and emotionally prepared, because it is not easy. It is not easy at all. I had to learn that. It was definitely hard, but now I feel so much better since I learned to say, yeah, it is. And I know that I'm going to be thankful for this journey. I get it. I'm very, very aware of that. I am very aware that my future self is going to thank me for doing this hard work now. But when you're in the thick of transitions, when you're in the thick of these things, it is not easy. It's lonely. It is so lonely. It's hard. It is hard. People telling you to set boundaries is actually dismissive because it is so multi-layered. It is. You're talking about and I feel that I'm a pretty rational person, as irrational as I may appear. Think about the person on the other side, how that is for them, how shocking. Like, they're still people too. It's very, we look at things from one side. If all of our 15 years of knowing one another, I have always been at your beck and call. I have always stopped, dropped, and rolled whenever you needed me. I have always bailed you out of whatever circumstance you were in. I have always put you first. And then one day, I just stop. Think about how difficult that is for the person on the other side. Think about if you were on the receiving end. Think about if someone in your life has always poured into you, always provided everything you need, always did every single thing for you, and then they just woke up and decided to start putting themselves first and setting boundaries. Think about that. Oh, merci. I appreciate that. Yes. Listen to Fierce Fro. Buy a badge. But I have to think about that. And these are all things that I did not consider when I decided to do this. I did not consider other people's feelings. And it's not that I am still trying to be a people pleaser. I'm a compassionate person. There is no warning. You would want to be warned. You would want to be warned. You would want a soft launch if someone was changing the way they behaved with you. If someone was changing the way they interacted with you, you would want that. The badges are for champagne. They are. You would want that. So it is such a journey, learning, unlearning, still taking other people's their because I care. I care. I still care a great deal. I care more than I have ever cared. Like, let's just put that out there. Right now, this space that I am in now, it's intense. It's very, very intense. It is. And I'm having to learn and unlearn so much. And it's heavy. That is exhausting because there is no rule book for this, and my journey is not going to be yours. So irrespective of how much I tell you this is what I did, this is how I handle things, it's still not going to be applicable to you. It's not your everyone. It's going to be different. Yes, you should come and have the opportunity to understand and remedy the relationship if necessary. Absolutely. Absolutely. So it's, you don't let social media get y'all stomped out. Like, y'all better stop listening to everything that pops up on your feed. Because I'm telling you, when I started engaging with that kind of content, the content that was about putting yourself first and, no being a complete sentence, and you set firm boundaries and you do all those things, I thought I was invincible until Keeping It Real went wrong. And if you get that reference, we need to be me offline. When Keeping It Real went wrong, your girl was man down. When I tell you, gasping for air, okay? Yes, but and especially if you're someone like me, I think everything's a sign. I think everything's a sign. And you know these devices are listening. So whatever you're talking about, whatever you're saying, and this is what I'm learning too, because this is how I got it got bad, real bad. This is what I have learned too, because I ended up on TikTok prison, the prison side of TikTok. I feel like we talked about this before. There is a whole prison talk that I am deeply invested in now. It is about women whose spouses are in prison. And it's a lifestyle. It is a total lifestyle. And I could not understand why TikTok was feeding me that, because I am not the target market. I told you all, I'm not built for that. You mess around, get a speeding ticket. That and gave it all away. I'm not waiting. I'm not built for it. I'm not waiting. So I am certainly not the target market for prison talk. But I found myself there, and this goes back to how the algorithm feeds you what you're thinking. It's not a sign all the time. These memes that we get, you I did not watch Love After Lockup. I don't watch TV. The TV that I watch, it's like the same shows over and over, but I feel like I'm interested now that I'm on this prison talk. It is a vibe. Like, it not my vibe, but it is like it's a way of life. So anyway, with that being said, I built that FYP when I say brick for brick, like brick by brick. I did that. My For You page is prison talk, these strong Japanese boys dancing to like ratchet music. Like, it is wild. My For You page is unhinged. So this is what I've learned, where I'm telling you not everything you see online is a sign. Because I never liked any of the prison talk stuff. I mean, those Japanese boys, when I tell you, I was like, how far is Tokyo from Dubai? I feel like I'm in the halfway. Just market research. But you don't even have to like the post. But if you look at it long enough, you tell the algorithm that you enjoy this. I never like prison talk. Again, that's not my life. I cannot relate to this. I cannot. I mean, I can, but that's a whole other chapter. But that's not my life now. It's not my life now. So I never engaged with that content. But because I watched it all the way through, the algorithm started feeding me that. So keep that in mind when you are on social media and you're thinking things are signs to, I don't know, whatever it is that you think you want to do. You just need to be prepared. You need to be prepared for the ramifications. You need to be prepared for your mental, physical, depending on what you're choosing, and emotional well-being. Like, you need to be prepared for that. You really do. And I was not prepared when I embarked on this journey. I wasn't. Tokyo's about, I definitely want to go to Tokyo. More so not for the ratchet Japanese men. It's the vintage. The vintage scene is so bomb. And there is a page I follow here. I can't remember the name, but it has Tokyo in it. I absolutely love them. He has a shop there, and I want to check out that shop. So at some point, I will. Once I get things more together, I will start traveling again. I need to get back to Paris. Like, I have to get back to Paris. There's just a lot of moving parts right now. Just a lot of things happening. But I wanted to hop on. I have a 4 o'clock. What time is it on the East Coast? It's time. I have 15 more minutes. So I need to hop on that call, and then I feel like I want to get back in my robe. That has been life, okay? I love just okay, 7:45. Oh no. I missed the meeting. We changed the meeting until okay, Bizu, ciao for now. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot to update the calendar. Okay, ciao for now.